This is 7 National News, and in our top story. The UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has received Argentina's Foreign Minister Hector Timerman in Dubai. The ruler of Dubai welcomed the Foreign Minister and expressed satisfaction about the current level of friendly relations between UAE and Argentina, which developed positively in the fields of culture, economy and tourism. Mr. Timerman stressed his country's wish to enhance mutual cooperation with the UAE, as well as praising the level of ongoing development in the UAE. The meeting was attended by the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Anwar Mohammed Gargash, as well as other officials. And His Highness General Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, received Britain's Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, on Friday during a short visit to the country. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed welcomed Prince Charles and exchanged cordial talks with him on the friendship and cooperation between the UAE and the United Kingdom and ways to strengthen them for the benefit of the two friendly peoples and countries. During the meeting, Prince Charles was reassured on the health of President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan and conveyed the best wishes of Elizabeth II, Queen of England, of good health for him. Prince Charles's visit will follow his visit to Saudi Arabia and Qatar this week, and he expressed his happiness at visiting the UAE again, praising the nature of the ties between the two countries. Prince Charles's visit comes less than a year after the state visit of President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan to the UK in April and May 2013, while Britain's Queen Elizabeth and her consort, the Duke of Edinburgh, visited the UAE at the invitation of President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa at the end of 2010. The Federal National Council has approved the Federal Child Rights Draft Law following the amendments of some articles to ensure children enjoy all their rights and full protection. The draft law bans employment of children before they reach the age of 15. It also asserts the family rights of children through a commitment from parents to provide full care, safety and upbringing. Discussed by the FNC in 2 sessions, the draft law comes within the UAE's efforts to complete the system of social legislation that governs human rights and interests of the child to ensure a sound upbringing. The Federal Child Rights Draft Law protects the children from all forms of discrimination, violence, abuse and provides the best possibilities and conditions for good upbringing, as well as protect children from all harm or ill treatment. Mohammed Ahmed Al-Mour, the Speaker of the FNC, said the discussion of the draft law in 2 sessions is a testament that the state and its constitutional institutions to achieve progress and provide full rights to all people living in the UAE. More than 60,000 mobile phone users have requested to move their business between the UAE's 2 operators since the launch of mobile number portability service in December. The Telecommunications Regulatory Authority, TRA, reported that 61,000 mobile number porting requests were received by licensees at Etisalat and Du. The telecoms regulator said in a statement that the overwhelming response received to date reflects the strong interest by subscribers in the service, which allows the users to switch from one provider to another while keeping their original phone number. To date, more than 23,000 mobile numbers were ported out of the total requests, while many requests were resubmitted in order to obtain the required documents for the switchover, the statement said. The TRA added that has received a small number of complaints about the delay in number porting from some subscribers, adding that all complaints received were resolved through close cooperation and with the licensees and concerned customers. A survey last month revealed that approximately 1 in 10 mobile users in the UAE have swapped operator following the launch of mobile number portability. AMRB, a regional research and consulting firm based in Dubai, announced the figure in a report measuring reaction to the MNP, which came into effect in the UAE on December 30. The poll of about 500 mobile users in the UAE revealed that 10% had already changed their operator, while another 23% expressed high likelihood of doing so in the near future. Mass transit systems of the RTA, comprising of the Dubai Metro, public buses, marine transit modes and taxis combined, have transported 440.672 million passengers in 2013. That's according to statistics released by the RTA Statistics section. The figure compares well with previous public transport ridership, which amounted to 367.657 million and 346.500 million in 2012 and 2011 respectively. The average daily ridership of public transport in 2013 amounted to 1.3 million, compared to 1 million in 2012 and 963,000 in 2011. According to statements from the RTA, the public transport systems in Dubai have today become instrumental in the mobility of people all over the Emirate, adding that the RTA's efforts have resulted in the sustained growth of mass transit users, culminating in the rise of the share of mass transit modes in people's mobility from 6% in 2006 to 13% in 2013, which is edging closer to the target set by the RTA to raise the share of public transport in the mobility of people to as much as 20% by 2020. Figures for individual modes of transport showed that the red and green lines of the Dubai Metro have carried just under 138 million riders last year, compared to just over 109 million in 2012 and 69 million in 2011. The average daily ridership of public buses amounted to 321,000 compared with 299,000 in 2012. Marine transit means were used last year by 13.2 million riders, which is the same ridership level reported in 2012. The total ridership of taxis amounted to just over 174 million last year, compared to 137 million riders in 2012. RTA-owned Dubai taxi cabs alone served 72 million, and franchise companies' taxi cabs lifted over 101 million riders. The number of Muslims travelling to the holy city of Medina in Saudi Arabia has soared 14% this Umrah season, according to figures from the Ministry of Hajj in the kingdom. The significant growth comes despite the kingdom cutting religious visa quotas during the $21.3 billion redevelopment and expansion of the Grand Mosque. A ministry spokesman was quoted in local reports as saying that about 2 million pilgrims already had visited Medina during the current Umrah season, which started on December 9, 14% more than last year. The ministry had announced in November it expected 6 million Umrah pilgrims this year, compared to 5 million the year before. Pakistanis so far have made up the largest proportion, followed by Indonesians, Iranians and Indians. Saudi Arabia is undertaking the largest ever expansion and upgrade of the Grand Mosque, Islam's holiest site, to increase its capacity to 1.5 million pilgrims. And finally, in the bulletin, following the intense women's tournament, it's now time for the men to take the courts as we enter the final week of the action-packed Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships. It promises to be another thriller as Dubai Tennis Stadium is all set to host its 22nd edition of the ATP tournament. The draw for the matches ahead was announced today at a ceremony that saw the attendance of Radek Stepanek, Dmitry Tursunov and Philippe Kohlschreiber, along with the tournament officials. This year's tournament will see 5 of the top 10 men in action that include the defending champion and 4-time winner Novak Djokovic, 5-time winner Roger Federer, the 2013 finalist Thomas Berdych, along with world number 4 Juan Martín del Potro and the world number 10 Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. One can say that the draw remains open as we witness the tournament favourite and world number 1 Serena Williams make an exit in the semi-finals of the WTA event. Federer and Djokovic will have been seeded in the first half of the draw and could potentially clash in the semi-finals, while Tsonga, who could meet the defending champion Berdych in the quarter-finals, and if successful, he can possibly meet Del Potro in the other semi-final. Speaking at the draw ceremony, Dmitry and Philippe said they hope to display a good performance and aim to reach the semi-finals. They start off the tournament against the qualifiers in the first round. However, they have a challenging tournament ahead as they might face the top seeds in the quarter-finals.
In order to win tournaments of this category, you're going to have to play top players, and you're going to have to beat them. And the only way to beat them is to play them and learn from them and get the experience necessary to win tough matches. So. On one side, yes, it would be nice not to play Novak in the first round, but on the other hand, it's a great opportunity, and this is one of the very few tournaments where you get to play the top players and so many good players on the same draw. Most important thing is to focus on the first round. I mean, obviously, yes, Roger could be potentially somewhere down the line, but you still need to win 2 matches to get to Roger, and there's quite a few players who have done well this year. I mean, for example, Bautista Agut, who beat Del Potro in Australia, he's here unseeded. So, you're going to have a lot of tough matches, and it's very difficult to focus on Roger in somewhere down the line. I didn't even see. I think it's quarterfinal potentially, but yeah, to get to the quarterfinal is still a lot of work. So that's the most important thing for me.
Well, it's always tricky to play against a qualifier. If they come to the main draw, they already have some victories, and I always think they have nothing to lose. They play against a higher ranked player, so they can pretty much play free. I have to be, of course, very aware, but I think I have enough experience to handle the situation. And if I look down my draw, maybe the qualifier is not the highest ranked player, but then in the second round, I got number 9 and number 10 from the tournament sheet, so it's very close. So it's very hard to predict what's going on. I like to play against the best and compete and maybe sometimes win. It's pretty great, and that's why we all signed for this tournament. Obviously, it's very well organized. Everything is built on site, the hotel, so we don't lose any time to go by car. So it's so many good things about the tournament, and obviously the weather is great, and it's a great change now from the indoor to the outdoor season, and it's a great start for that.